Salam alaikum, kif halek, kaifakum, shlonek, merhaba, konnichiwa, ni hao, namaste, privyet, bonjour, buongiorno, saludos, hola, dag, haj, barav, yak, shema, shalom. The digital yuan is now being used for wealth management services, insurance policies, and to extend loans. Hi, my name is Alex. I am the CEO of Orga Oshi Capital Management. Shout out to my partner Ronnie, BTS. Mwah. Thank you so much for him. I would not be here without him, quite literally. And also an electronic dance music DJ. We have 4% of homes right now, I want to say 60 to 90 days past their mortgage, which goes to my original stance of subprime lending with Freddie and Fannie. We are still going from Steve Jobs to no jobs, and now due to the interest rate hikes, which by the way, I apologize for looking a hot ass mess. However, I always told you all, hold me accountable, and if I saw something that I need to correct, I'm going to correct it, even if that means right out of bed, different time zone, looking just disgusting. I want to always make sure to put out proper information that I think is proper, not believe and feel. I keep seeing these nuances. For example, I don't know what a soft landing is. I was taught just terms, and as someone that doesn't understand nuance due to my neurodiversity, whether it be ADHD or Asperger's, let's just call a spade, okay? Let's use words like recession and depression. I don't fucking get soft landing, and I would assume most Americans probably don't either. Nonetheless, I shout out to the New York Federal Reserve. I find their data to be very good. They have a 10% chance that there will be a soft landing, meaning a 90% chance that all hell will break loose in relation to the stocks, because I hate to say the economy, because America's economy as a GDP 70% spending economy versus stocks, to me, are two different things. They're not linear. So I do appreciate what I believe to be accurate and very good, honest data. I look forward to the Federal Reserve stress test coming out on the 23rd. I can't wait to read it and definitely report back to you guys what I have found. I think it would be quite interesting, and I think people need to stop saying the Federal Reserve prints the money. It is an existential threat to the financial realm in which we live. Can you all just get behind me with this one? I'm not even for cancel culture, but for the love of God, if you have gone to school for 12 to 15 years, luxury brand degreed, and you're still saying that the Fed prints the money, then bye-bye. How can you understand repo markets, quantitative easing, quantitative tightening, SOMA, where the assets are held? How are you getting any of that if you don't understand that the Federal Reserve does not print the money? Again, misinformation in finance is a big deal to me, because people want to use this word and throw it around in relation to conspiracy theories, but real life, I'd argue housing security, and let's jump into housing and how the mortgage rate's gone above 6%. And I am very excited as a contrarian to have said my birthday month we'd start to see all hell break loose, and June 4th was my birthday. Granted, I'd like to change it because it was not the best. Nonetheless, mortgage rate demand falls for the lowest in 22 years. To the best of my knowledge, I wasn't born yet, but apparently the rates are, I want to say, around 1987-ish. But I will say this. I'm very happy to see Jerome Powell and the people who voted for rate hikes to be so. As a girl who idolizes Alan Greenspan and so many other brilliant-minded men, again, I always talk about Steve Cohen, Howard Marks, Bill Gross, who I would just love to have a conversation right now with, Bond King. I would just like to hear him give a 5-hour speech on what the bond market is going to do. I don't know about you all, but Mr. Gross, wherever you are, if you can listen to this, I'd love to first off shake your hand. Thank you for being an outspoken advocate for people with Asperger's, but nonetheless, would love to know your thoughts. let's in finance try to use things such as thoughts versus feelings, because finance doesn't give a fuck about feelings. And so in America, I'm quite confused when people feel things about the financial markets. It's almost like a tarot card reading or a sidekick, which no judgment at all. I'm a pluralist. But let's stick to stats and data, quantitative data analysis, macro. At least that's what I want to do. So if you're with me on the Anti-Social Media Valuation Club, let's talk about crypto and how it is doing exactly what I wanted it to do, which is, for someone that was in Bitcoin starting in 2016, watching the crypto market do exactly what I said, based on me humbling myself and saying, this doesn't look right, let me find the people who make it. And finding out that engineers who make it are paid to keep their heads down, they get no creative say, etc. So none of them are putting their best foot forward. You're going to find a hell of a lot more talent on GitHub Postman, and many of the engineers are starting to wake up to realize that hackathons just ain't it. So financial institutions, bankers, venture capital, whatnot, be better to the full stack developers. And if you're a full stack developer or any type of STEM in relation to fintech, hit me up. Let's talk. So back to central bank digital currencies, it's going to be interesting with cybersecurity. Hong Kong and Israel are going to be testing some sort of central bank digital currency ideology or cybersecurity. I'm not sure the depth of that, and I look forward to being able to get back to you guys on that. And because I always talk about Israel, not just because of this, but because Israel seems to be on the right side of history. The Middle East, congrats to the UAE that wants to call itself a crypto nation, being that crypto's taken left and right in Dubai. And I can't wait to have my own business over there. I look forward to having a proprietary group and blockchain license whichever free zone I choose. I'm so honored. So, Anna Macarabi avec Manas Salam Lokil, and merci beaucoup pour les jeunes en France, parce que le Banque de Paris is watching my LinkedIn. So if you're in Paris and watching, or Morocco, Viva Morocco, merci. I'm very, very honored. Anna Habak Shatem avec mon cœur. But back to finances and mortgages. Mortgages are above 6%. And here's the caveat. That's if you have perfect credit. So if you don't have perfect credit, you're kind of not in a good situation to buy a house. And what's even worse is adjustable rate mortgages are back. ARMs are back. So people are willing to say, hey, with rate hikes, even at 0.75, we're going to just grab that adjustable rate mortgage. And I don't even know. Credit card rates are at 20%. I don't know what the hell is wrong with America. I guess the spending problem is almost an addiction, arguably maybe more than caffeine and cigarettes ever have been. Because living la vida loca. But Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, you did say something that was a bit offensive to myself as a girl who was trained and well-versed in traditional equities, and from CME as well to Forex, foreign exchange nonetheless, and also in the financial tech digital asset management space. Sir, central bank digital currencies are nothing like crypto. Crypto is blockchain. That means peer-to-peer transactions verified with no third party needed. And central bank digital currencies would literally be the central bank issuing a digital currency, like a dollar. It's literally not the same at all. Now, I hypothetically, allegedly, trademark patent the ability to perhaps create something that could mitigate the two, but they are not the same at fucking all. And I think somebody needs to get me a meeting just so I can dumb it down. And that way people that are really, really good engineers that can curate a central bank digital currency, but also have financial technology, fintech knowledge, are able to really explicate to the older men who might not be as comfortable with tech. Because if I were him, I know he's probably not sleeping at night, maybe busting some Ambien with some good vodka, I hope. I don't know. God bless everybody that's working in the financial institutions right now, especially being that the Federal Reserve is one of the few things in America that has kept the American society running. People don't realize that each bank is micro targeted to areas and is making sure that people are not getting, I don't know, their money bailed in perhaps. And they're doing such a good job with diligence and with the Basel II and with everything else. And I think people really need to stop blaming the Federal Reserve and start taking accountability. If the Federal Reserve has had to make decisions that's caused 8 out of 9 recessions, and you've not looked into what the ramifications are, then can you really blame them or you yourself? And by the way, this is going to be a 2-part series, so BRB.